Hi, this is Tom. I'm here as part of the Watershed Young Leaders programme. Hopefully going to be interviewing lots of different people, finding out how poverty affects different people and how you can tackle it in different interesting and positive ways.
Today is the Bristol launch for combating poverty and social exclusion. Last week was the national launch held here in Bristol, which was great. So today we're actually showing the community as well as other government agencies what Bristol is actually doing for this mission and vision. So we have over 50 service providers, all Bristol located, who actually on a daily basis help people and help with the fight against poverty and social exclusion.
Well, I'm founder organiser of a film festival called Unchosen, which began in Bristol. And we predominantly look at the issues in and around human trafficking. So the reason human trafficking obviously is linked to poverty, because that is its base, whether it starts here in the UK or whether it's abroad.
And we wanted to launch in a sort of almost celebratory way, not to kind of minimise the issues around poverty and social exclusion, but to say, look at all the amazing projects which are already happening in Bristol, who are working tirelessly day after day to look after and take care of people, but also supporting people who really are able to and want to make changes in their lives.
Hello, my name's Nigel Gibbons. I'm a creative writer. And I use writing for therapeutic purposes and for well-being with individuals and groups. Writing, I feel, can get us in touch with very powerful feelings inside of ourselves and can be a way of helping us to change both our own lives and the lives that we live within the society that we're part of.
What would you say are like some of the challenges that people growing up in Bristol can face and can lead to hardships?
Well, I've been lucky because I'm an apprentice-trained engineer and I've worked for like Rolls-Royce at Patchway and Honda at Swindon. I would say there's less opportunities now for youngsters up and coming than there was 15, 20 years ago. There don't seem to be many apprenticeships around, college places, university places. Employers now, it's not in their interest to take on trainees. They want to take on people that are trained, ready to go. The problems with poverty, it's education really. I think that's where you've got to start working from, and then from there up. I've had everything: businesses, cars, houses, holidays abroad. I've been all around the world in that, but in the background, I had my addiction problems, which eventually, made me, I couldn't function as a person, ended up losing my house, losing my business, and subsequently in jail. When I was 19, my mum, she got diagnosed with cancer. She was 41 at the time, and I took it badly, and I started drinking. But I had a responsible job. I was working for the Ministry of Defence in Plymouth. And I started drinking and I started smoking a bit of weed, and this was all behind closed doors. Outwardly I'd curse drugs and curse drinking and that as well, but it was just something I was doing in the background, and eventually it just caught up with me, leading a double life.
How have the Lazarus project kind of helped you sort of get a new start, would you say?
Well, a lot of the key workers there, they're recovering addicts themselves. Like my key worker, he was a recovering heroin addict himself, so I can relate to them, they can relate to me, and definitely I'd be lost without them, and that's not me trying to publicise them or anything. I would be, they've helped me with my problems. I've had a lot of counselling, a lot of like one-to-one drug work, and also help from the NHS for my drug rehabilitation as well. So I'd definitely be lost without them. I'd be in the ground, definite. That's no exaggeration. We lost a guy just before Christmas. And anything's positive, like anything's positive. I'm at a point now where I just want to do my little bit, and I think that if everybody else done their little bits, then it's going to work, isn't it? But I think it's come to a point now where we've got to do things at a personal level. Really, each one of us has got to do it instead of relying on others. It's always the government's fault, or this guy's fault, or that guy's fault. But as individuals, we can all do our bit.